Okay. So, so first of all, let me thank IoT Academy for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. This is 6 days national level FDP on Indian knowledge system, which is starting from 21st to 26th. And I'll be giving the first session, that is Introduction to Indian Knowledge System. I would definitely like to call it as a journey through time. What is meant by Indian knowledge system? The Indian knowledge system, it is actually characterized by its holistic and interconnected nature. This particular system, it emphasizes the integration of knowledge across various domains, and it has deep respect for the interconnectedness of all aspects of life. Our this particular system, Indian knowledge system, it has or it had profound influence not only on the Indian subcontinent but also on the world. That is why many of its concepts and discoveries have transcended geographical boundaries and continue to shape global knowledge and thought. As an introduction, Indian knowledge system, it showcases the rich heritage of India's intellectual traditions. It has a wide range of disciplines, which includes philosophy, science, mathematics, medicine, literature, arts, spirituality, all these as I have shown in the picture. This IKS. It is deeply rooted in the cultural, spiritual, and philosophical heritage of India, and it has made significant contribution to globally, and it preserves the understandings too. So, how exactly the organization of Indian knowledge system is? It is intricate and has evolved over thousands of years. As I have mentioned before, it is characterized by holistic and interconnected approach to knowledge. We will just explore the India's ancient wisdom and modern achievements. So the significance of Indian knowledge system, it lies in its rich heritage of wisdom, holistic approach to life, and the profound contributions to the different fields like philosophy, science, spirituality, and culture. And it offers diverse perspectives and timeless insights which continue to inspire and influence the global thought, and it fosters a deeper understanding of the human experience and obviously the interconnectedness of all knowledge domains. Let me just go to the historical overview. So we had this was the discovery of it spans around thousands of years, and ancient Vedic period we may be calling it as 1500 BCE to 600 BCE, that is before the Christ era. And the Indian knowledge system finds its roots in the Vedic text. Most of you are familiar with the Vedic text, the different Vedas, and the very first one what we will be learning from I mean the name of the Veda which we used to learn from the school days, Rigveda, which contains hymns and chants, which is related to cosmology, rituals, and spirituality. And the early Vedic period, it has laid the foundation for religious and philosophical thought. Then the next period, that is known as the classical period, that was from the uh, 600 before the Christ era to 600 Christ era. So during this particular period, prominent philosophical schools have emerged, and Jainism, Buddhism, such challenging traditional Vedic beliefs have emerged, and the Upanishads, a group of philosophical texts, explored profound questions about the nature of reality and the self. So I'm just showing you the picture of the religious text Shruti and Smriti. Shruti means the subdivisions of it as Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, Upanishads, and Smriti, through whatever we are learning through hearing. Those are the sutras, Puranas, Ramayana, Manusmriti, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. All these comes under the what you call it as Smriti. And the historical overview, again, if you see, we had a very good system during the Mauryan and Gupta empires. That is from again from the 322 before the Christ era to 600 Christ era. So this Mauryan empire under Ashoka, our emperor, promoted Buddhist principles of non-violence and ethical living. Gupta India witnessed a flowering of arts, literature, and scientific discoveries with scholars like Aryabhatta, who had made a significant contribution to the mathematics and astronomy. Then we have the next era, that is the post classical and medieval period. In this particular period, we have seen the development of different classical Indian arts, including classical dance forms such as Bharatanatyam, music and architecture, and the important, very important text each Bharatiya, each Indians talk about, that is Ramayana, Mahabharata, and different works of Kalidasa. These were composed during this particular period. And Ayurveda, the traditional system of medicine, was further developed. Next comes the Islamic influence and Mughal period, that is 12th to 18th century Christ era. So that is Islamic scholars and rulers. They have made a lot of contributions to Indian mathematics, science, and architecture, which was leading to a blend of cultures and knowledge systems. Akbar's reign promoted every kind of religious tolerance and cultural exchange. Then comes the colonial era, which was and the British rule, that was up to the 20th century. And British colonial period, it has witnessed translation and preservation of many Indian texts into different languages, but it also led to the decline of that was one disadvantage which has happened, or shortcoming I should say, that has led to the decline of traditional education system. And during that time the Western education it took over, and the modernization also has influenced India's knowledge landscape. Then comes the present era, that is the independence and modern India. This particular India, independent India, it has made significant strides in modern science, technology, and space exploration. And the Indian culture, including yoga and Ayurveda, this have traveled to different parts of world. Global recognition it has gained, and India's IT industry it has made substantial contribution to the world economy. Throughout the history, the Indian knowledge system has demonstrated adaptability and resilience, blending diverse influences while maintaining its core values and principles. So the Indian knowledge system it is continuing to shape contemporary thought and contribute to a global understanding of spirituality, philosophy, science, and culture. And what are the different aspects or key aspects and components of IKS? So these are the different components: philosophy, spirituality, science and mathematics, literature and languages, arts and culture, education system, and finally the modern contributions. So as I have mentioned before, Vedas and scriptures. Vedas are the oldest and most revered text in Hinduism, which consists of Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharva Veda. And each Veda has four parts: Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka, and Upanishads. Samhita and Brahmana and Aranyaka were parts of usually described various deities, rituals, and mantras. These three are collectively called as Karma Kanda of each Vedas. And Upanishads, these are the philosophical texts that explore the nature of reality, self, and the ultimate truth. That means the Brahman, right? So people who are or the people who are all of searching self, right, in search of self. So these philosophical texts, it's what was already mentioned in Upanishads. So these are collectively called as Jnana Kanda of each Veda. So I have given you, one table full of different Vedas and schools and Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, and whether it is Srota or Sutras. And what are the different philosophical system? The Vedanta, which is a school of Hindu philosophy that interprets and elaborates on the teachings of Upanishads. Nyaya, the system of logic and epistemology. We are all technical, most of the people are very familiar with technical terms. We say logic, right? Sometimes when people talk about there was no logic in that particular speech, people used to say. But what is the actual thing? The Sanskrit word which represents or which reflects logic is nothing other than nyaya. Then we have the Vaisheshika, which focuses on metaphysics, atomism, and the nature of reality. So whatever word which we study now in English, it has got the exact similar thing or the same thing which was taught in our during ancient period, but it was in the different Sanskrit name. That's all. That is the only difference. Then the Samkhya means the which explores the dualism and the distinction between Purusha, that means the consciousness, and Prakriti. Prakriti means the matter. And we still have the system which is yoga, which is even spread to the globally. It is many different people from many different areas of life, or many globally people are coming to India just to learn yoga. So this is a system of physical, mental, and spiritual practices to achieve self realization. Next one is the Mimamsa. Mimamsa, this is concerned with the rituals and hermeneutics, especially related to the Vedas. Then the religion itself, the kind of Buddhism and Jainism. So these are the independent philosophical and religious traditions with their own texts and belief. Now talk about I am just giving an introduction only to the Indian knowledge system, arts and culture. So the classical arts, dance forms like Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kathak, and music styles like Hindustani and Carnatic. These are all part of our Indian knowledge system. Then the architecture, if you see the architectures of India, it is still people say who used to travel, who like loves to travel, they say to see India, every part of the India, the architectures of India, it is 5 years are not enough. That is what I have heard. So India has got a lot of the which shows the architecture of India, that is in temples, palaces, monuments, which showcase the intricate design and sculpture. Then comes the visual arts, painting, again sculpture and crafts with rich symbolism and cultural significance. And coming to talk about the Indian literature. So there are many different classical texts in various languages, including Sanskrit, Tamil, and others. So these are some of the things I just wanted to show you, the rich and diverse heritage which spans several millennium, the architecture of India. So one of its most iconic contributions is the construction of magnificent temples, showcasing intricate carvings and detailed sculptures. Vastu Shastra, that still it is followed by most of us in India. This is an ancient architectural guide which plays a pivotal role in shaping the layout and design principles of Indian buildings. Most of the Indian buildings is even we, before starting the construction of our house, we will be seeing the Vastu and emphasize the harmony and balance in their structures. So the best example I would like to show was the Khajuraho temple, and these are some of the other architectures which shows the vastu and even the intelligence or planning of our Indian knowledge system, right? So these are it shows the actual beauty and the plan, or these are some of the places most of the time, at least once in our lifetime, we should visit. And coming to the next one, that is the science and mathematics. Mathematics contributions include the decimal system, zero, and advanced algebra. And astronomy, the pioneering work in observation and mathematical astronomy. Medicine, development of Ayurveda, a holistic system of medicine. So these are the people known for each and every different field. Medicine, Charaga, math, astronomy, Varahamihira, gravity, Bhaskara, literature, Vyasa, Valmiki, Kalidasa, and atomic Kannada, and zero. It was by Maryabhatta. And it is our Indian knowledge system, or our country itself, is known for its linguistic diversity with numerous languages and dialects spoken across the country. So Sanskrit is considered the classical language of India and has played a significant role in the development of many regional languages. And talk about the spirituality and religion in India. Hinduism, the majority of the people following this particular religion in India, with a wide range of beliefs, practices, and different rituals. Buddhism, which is founded by Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, the emphasizing enlightenment and compassion. Jainism, it is focused on non-violence, ahimsa, and ethical living. Sikhism is a monotheistic religion founded by Guru Nanak. And coming to the education system, the modern knowledge and innovations. Historically, the education system was it was under Gurukul system where the students were spending time with their guru and guru's family, and the education was it was learned through orally whatever was taught, right? And walking with the guru through to the forest or to the place where guru is ready to give the talks, right? And now the modern knowledge and innovations India has made a significant contribution to modern science, technology, and innovations in fields such as IT, space exploration, and medicine. Cultural traditions and practices were a part of the Indian knowledge system. So, various festivals, rituals, and cultural practices, those reflected the deep rooted knowledge system and spirituality. And yoga and meditation were practices, and this was deeply ingrained in Indian culture and contribute to the well being of a person, physical, mental, and spiritual well being. And what was the legacy of intellectual inquiry? So, the legacy was ancient India fostered a tradition of intellectual inquiry with scholars and thinkers exploring questions about the self, exploring questions about the ethics, metaphysics, and the nature of universe. So, these statements actually illustrate the profound and enduring legacy of knowledge and wisdom that was cultivated in ancient India, and it has influenced not only the subcontinent but also it had made significant contributions to global thought and understanding. So why do we need Indian knowledge system? Now modern it is modern world. Still, do we need Indian knowledge system? If we need, why do we need it? So we need the Indian knowledge system because it offers valuable insights and wisdom that can enrich our understanding of various aspects of life. So that includes the philosophy, science, again, spirituality, arts, and culture. So this particular system, the Indian knowledge system, provides diverse perspectives, and as I have told before, it provides holistic approaches which can complement and enhance our global knowledge, and which will foster a more inclusive and interconnected world. So that means everything is connected. So interconnected world means the thought, the feeling should be there. Everything is connected, and everything happens for a reason. And what are the different or more salient aspects of Indian knowledge system? It has got holistic approach, as I have told before. It has got the ancient wisdom, and it has the diversity, ethical living, and the language diversity, traditional medicine, Gurukul system, global impact, modern achievements, and sustainable practices. These are the things we use to practice. We have. And what are the different impacts of Indian knowledge system on development? So this is what people wants to know, whether the Indian knowledge system has contributed to the development. So it has got the Indian knowledge system has had a significant impact on modern knowledge acquisition and development in various ways. In the case of science and mathematics, Indian contributions to mathematics starting from the invention of zero and the decimal system, it has had a profound influence on modern mathematics and science. Concepts like algebra, trigonometry, and geometry were developed in ancient India, and it has formed the basis of modern scientific and engineering disciplines. And about the medicine, this is the other field whether there are so much of impacts of Indian knowledge system. So Ayurveda, the traditional Indian system of medicine, it has influenced modern alternative medicine and holistic health approaches. See, there are many different people from many different continents. They come to India just for the purpose of knowing and learning and applying this Ayurveda medicine for such different kind of diseases. And modern research is it increasingly exploring the efficacy of Ayurvedic treatments and herbal remedies. philosophy and mind body connection. So that is one thing again which is mentioned very elaborately in our Indian knowledge system. Concepts from Indian philosophy such as mindfulness and meditation, it have been adopted in modern psychology and mental health practices. So yoga and meditation are, these are some of the fields which are widely recognized for their physical and psychological benefits. Spirituality and well-being, this is also when I am saying the many different people from many all around the globe, they come to India, searching for self, right, searching for the well-being, searching for the spirituality. So in the Indian spiritual practices and philosophers have contributed to the global interest in mindfulness, wellness and holistic living. And some of the people who comes from abroad and starts a holistic living, mind you, they many of them have like settled here and not want to go back to their places. It has happened already. Concepts like karma and dharma have influenced ethical and moral discussions worldwide. Then comes to the linguistic and language studies. India's linguistic diversity and ancient scripts, it has or it have attracted linguistic researchers and scholars. The study of Sanskrit and other Indian languages have contributed to the field of linguistics. Global other impact of Indian knowledge system on development is global philosophy and interconnectedness. So Indian philosophies emphasize the interconnectedness, which aligns with modern ecological and environmental thinking. So these particular philosophies have encouraged the holistic approach to addressing global challenges. What are the different global challenges now? Global warming, right? And what are the other global challenges? Anytime the floods can happen, wind can blow, right? So those are the global challenges. So that means the our Indian knowledge system has got any particular holistic approach to such different issues also. Cultural exchange. India's cultural exports, including music, dance, literature, and cinema, it has enriched global culture and artistic expression. Yoga and Indian philosophy have become, actually, it is a daily practice, a part of global cultural exchange and cross cultural dialogue. And modern innovations. India's contribution to modern science and technology, which includes the software industry or space exploration, those demonstrate the continuation of the Indian knowledge system's innovative spirit. And again, the global awareness and mindfulness, the popularity of yoga all around the world, the globe, and the mindfulness practices has led to greater global awareness of the importance of how or the importance of mental and physical well-being. So previously, where people were after money, now the people want to have peace of mind, isn't it? So to get peace of mind, what can we do? First, we need to realize ourselves, self-realization. So there are many different courses, there are many different thinking, philosophical thinking, which is involved in our Indian knowledge system. And then comes the ethical consideration, the emphasis on the ethics and moral principles in Indian thought. It has influenced discussions on ethics in any modern field, let it be business, let it be politics or technology. So, as a summary, if I have to say, the Indian knowledge system has left a lasting imprint on modern knowledge acquisition and development, not only through specific contributions, but also through its holistic and interconnected worldview. And this particular influence extends across various domains from science and medicine to philosophy, spirituality, and cultural exchange. And it continues to contribute to a more integrated and holistic approach to understanding the world and addressing contemporary challenges, whatever other challenges which come across the way. So let us see what are the different challenges and opportunities. So the Indian knowledge system, while it is rich and diverse, it faces several challenges in the modern times. So some of the key challenges, one is the globalization and westernization. The influence of Western education and culture, it has led to the erosion of or deletion of traditional knowledge systems and values in India. And then comes the loss of traditional knowledge. So many ancient texts and traditional knowledge systems are at the risk of being lost due to the lack of preservation and documentation efforts. So in this particular topic, even I would like to add a personal experience. My father used to tell, there were they my some there are some belief in India. It's like if there are twins, and if the twins does the treatment of massaging, I don't know, it is in most of the South Indian that belief is there. If somebody gets fracture, or the if there is a fracture, or if something happened that your leg get twisted, or some kind of dislocation happens to your arm, if you take that person to the house where twins are there, and if the twins massage that part, your arm which got dislocated, immediately it will, the problem will get solved like that. So such kinds of treatments, one time treatment, it was practiced in India. So the personal experience, what I wanted to say is, some of the such practices, people may not write it and pass it on to their families or people, or they may not even say it in orally, they may not communicate to the other people. So what they say is, you just watch what I am doing and learn. And so that is actually a problem, or that has, I should say, there is the documentation was lost already. So many of the people, without even communicating or contributing their knowledge to the young people, they have passed away. Their time is over, right? So this is one of the disadvantage which has actually happened. This is a shortcoming, or this was a challenge which has happened in India. And then comes the language barriers. The decline of classical languages like Sanskrit, as well as the dominance of English, it has limited the access to traditional texts, because some of the traditional texts are in their own local languages, or yeah, uh, our state languages, which may not be accessible for the people who speak English. And the knowledge of the significant portion of this population may not be able to understand which is written in traditional language. Then comes the education system. The modern education system often prioritize rote learning and examination oriented approaches, which can stifle creativity and holistic learning. And the deletion of traditional practices including agricultural methods and indigenous healthcare systems, are being replaced by modern alternatives, sometimes to the detriment of sustainability and cultural heritage. And these are again the some of the challenges and opportunities. Religious and political tensions, conflicts and political tensions can sometimes hinder the open exchange of ideas and knowledge. Commercialization and appropriation. The commercialization of yoga and Ayurveda, without due respect for their cultural and spiritual roots, has led to the concerns of appropriation. So, in the previous talk, also, I have given some examples about the commercialization of yoga and Ayurveda. There are people who practice yoga just for a fashion, not for passion, but just as a fashion. So that is not, it should not be allowed. It should be, for what purpose you are actually practicing yoga or meditation. It should be for your taking care of your health, one thing. Second, it should touch your heart. It should touch your mind. It should give you the uh, peace of mind, right? So it should be practiced that way, not as a part of business, or not as part of fashion or anything. uh, and digital divide, access to digital technologies and internet remains uneven in India, which can limit the dissemination of knowledge to marginalized communities. So here still, part of the people in every state, and any state, I think we may be able to see there are some part of, or local, very rural areas, still they don't have the internet connections or digital technologies. So they may not be knowing some of the things which we are aware of, but they will be having some knowledge which we are not aware of, especially the tribal medicines, or I should say the herbal medicines which they are following in some communities, right? Then coming to the secularism versus traditional values. Balancing secular values with the preservation of traditional knowledge and practices can be a challenge in a diverse and pluralistic society. So these are again challenges: interdisciplinary integration, environmental sustainability, validation and modernization. And the final thought is on intellectual property rights, protecting and acknowledging traditional knowledge in the globalized world where intellectual property rights are crucial. This poses a challenge. And despite these challenges, there are ongoing efforts within India and globally to revitalize and preserve the Indian oral system. So these efforts include educational reformations, documentation initiatives, increased recognition of the values of traditional knowledge in addressing contemporary issues like climate change and sustainable agriculture. So the global recognition of the Indian knowledge system, it is going on. I should say the opportunities for the revival and global recognition of the Indian knowledge system, which includes digitalization, educational reforms, cross-cultural collaboration, sustainability, wellness and healthcare, yoga and meditation, intellectual property protection, interdisciplinary research, cultural diplomacy, government initiatives, tourism and cultural exchanges, recognition in international forums. So these are the different areas where opportunities can help not only revive our Indian knowledge system, but it can preserve and it can also contribute to the global recognition and relevance in addressing contemporary challenges. Now, again, as a final thought, the Indian knowledge system, it is not compartmentalized. It is often blends these categories, emphasizing the interconnectedness of knowledge. It has made profound contribution to both ancient and modern world civilizations and continues to be a source of inspiration and exploration for scholars and practitioners worldwide. So this is what I just would like to show you now as part of the Indian knowledge system. Now the government of India, the Ministry of Education, they have a division uh, which is known as Indian Knowledge Systems, the division of Ministry of Education, Bharatiya Jnana Parampara Vibhaga. So their motto is, "Let us strive for the wisdom that leads to the welfare of all." That's a really good thing to know, isn't it? That logo itself is tempting. Let us strive for the wisdom that leads to the welfare of all. So this is the Bharatiya Jnana Parampara uh, Vibhaga, or Indian Knowledge System Division of Ministry of Education. It is located in AICT headquarters. It was established in 2020. So this particular team, they have consisted of Sri A.B. Shukla and the different fellows. I have the documents here. I may be able to share it with you. And it says the Bharatiya way is sustainable and strives for the welfare of all. So it is important that we regain the comprehensive knowledge system of our heritage and demonstrate the Indian way of doing things to the world. So this will require training generations of scholars who will demonstrate and exemplify to the world a way of life so unique and peculiar to our great civilization. So the NEP 2020, it recognizes this particular our heritage, this rich heritage of ancient and eternal Indian knowledge and thought as a guiding principle. The Indian knowledge system comprised of Jnana, Vijnan, Jivan Darshan that have evolved out of experience, observation, experimentation, and rigorous analysis. This tradition of validating and putting it into practice, it has impacted our education, arts, administration, law, justice, health, manufacturing, and commerce. So this particular system, the Indian oral system, has influenced classical and other languages of Bharat that were transmitted through textual, oral, and artistic traditions. The knowledge of India, in this particular sense, it includes knowledge from ancient India and its successes and challenges, and a sense of India's future aspirations specific to education, health, environment, and indeed all aspects of life. So, as a conclusion, let me just, before concluding, I will share you the link. I will take you to um, the other site. Okay, I will just show you our Indian knowledge system. So, this is the site iksindia.org. Are you able to see? Can anybody answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there is this particular system is there, Ministry of Education, Government of India, which we are already a G20, we belong to the G20 country. So there, if you see in the home and their vision, this is the vision to promote interdisciplinary research on all aspects of Indian knowledge system. It preserve and disseminate Indian knowledge system for further research and societal applications, and their mission is the mission is to create a database of individuals and organizations who have contributed by way of research, teaching, publication, and preservation of ancient and contemporary rich Indian knowledge system, which is ranging from whatever I have told before, the art, music, dance, drama, to mathematics, up to uh, the traditions of India in different languages, right? The knowledge hidden in Sanskrit, Prakrit, Tamil, Pali, and we are there are so many different events conducted by this particular Indian knowledge systems division. There are webinars, there are training programs, there are hackathons, competitions, and in most of the time we in colleges we will be getting the as part of it G20 competitions, G20 countries conducting hackathon. So please try to participate in such events also. And there are many IKS centers, IKS research centers, Gaveshna Kendras, right? So these are the different in each and every most of the well-known places of Karnataka, UP, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Kerala, Assam, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, MP, every most of the states, right? So in this Indian map it shows where exactly these different centers for researchers are uh, located. So please go through the where you belong to, which state you belong to, and try to contact these people, these centers. And there are many different knowledge repositories, research projects Indian, and there are this Indian knowledge systems division, it provides institutional internships. There are a lot of books, manuscripts, and courses they provide. These are some of the courses, right? And these are some of the books written by or many scholars. Okay. And other than that, we can see a lot of manuscripts. There are, other than that, we have the funding opportunities, internships, research proposals, and photo gallery. If you see, these are some of the events conducted by the Indian knowledge system. Okay, so I want you people to go through it and get the knowledge about, and they provide us, or they are asking us, we can have academic collaborations. They can have academic collaborations with the government organizations and other organizations also. So these are this even I came to know about this very recently. I mean, even I knew about the G20 system, but I was not much aware of about this Indian oil system. So as soon as I came to know about, I thought I will share this to you people who are is the participants of our this Indian oil system FDP. So this is whenever we get some knowledge while we are what to say, when you are communicating, when you are sharing it, those knowledge will improve, increase all the time. So that's what I would like to do. So these are some of the committee members, and this is the decisions which was taken by the committee. So the what that says the Indian knowledge system aims to integrate the ancient traditional knowledge of India with the contemporary knowledge system. That and in the this IKS, it also seeks to promote opportunities for scholars and for the educational institutions or institutes in for interdisciplinary research, and it deliberates. The deliberations held during the particular session was original and serious and deep scholarly research in this. That means we have a lot of opportunities open, which we can do on our own culture, right? And collection of essential scholarly beings, and it was an amalgamation of Madhu Sanjayan and Mandan and Yajna specifications of taking the work forward. So we by drawing from our vast treasure trove of knowledge, it would be easier to promote and enable further research to address the challenges of our present times. So this actually exposure to both traditional and modern ideas, which will help us in bettering our knowledge and even our cultural ethos. And even we can broaden our knowledge as well as the intellectual horizon, and if you can even walk towards the idea of one India, right? Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat, that means one India, the great India, right? So that's what our system also says, to go for that. So you can have a look at it, look at this Indian knowledge system division, and if you are getting any ideas, I think we can even go for funded projects, such opportunities also. Now let me just conclude. So the enduring importance of the Indian knowledge system, it lies in its timeless wisdom, holistic approach to life, and its potential to offer valuable insights and solutions to contemporary global challenges, fostering a more interconnected and harmonious world. So let me just stop here, conclude here. Thank you. Thank you so much. If any doubts, anything you want me to clear, please ask me now.